Hi there, this is Scott Nicholson, and I'm currently at a convention and have been playing a game called Republic of Rome. Maybe you've heard of it. It's this game here, at least this is the remake of the game that was done by Valley Games. And so what goes on in this game is that you have a group of senators that are working under you, and what you're doing with these senators is you're, well, running Rome. Rome has problems that come up, and so we've got an active war going on. We've sent some people out to try and deal with it. We tried it last time and had a hard time. Things didn't go so well, so we're still fighting that. You've got some unrest that people get unhappy with you have to deal with. You have a treasury. So what it is actually a cooperative game. That there's 3 of us here. We all have a group of senators that we're working with. And as you're cooperating and working together, trying to deal with the problems that Rome has, you're all trying to make yourself better. So that middle number you can see is your influence. And so you're trying to build that up. And as you do things with specific senators, then your influence goes up and up. And once your influence gets high enough, you can make an attempt to win the game. It's a pretty complex game. The rules are long and complex, but it doesn't feel, once you figure out the flow of the game, it's not that bad. It's more of a cooperative game where you're being sneaky as the game's going on and trying to figure out how to win with the other people not being able to stop you. So what I like most about it, I think I like the atmosphere that it sets up. It sets up a nice atmosphere of working together while not really. It's got a lot of good flavor, a lot of good historical theme. That's very nice. The rules are hard to get through. The rules are a pretty massive book with lots of things. Now, Michael here, he was the one that actually taught it to us. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Michael Chook.
And who are you on Board Game Geek?
Chook.
Okay.
TSUK.
And so, how many times have you played this game?
Probably about 6 or 7 times, and it's maybe the 8th time.
All right. What do you like the most about it?
Well, I love Roman history, particularly the Roman Republic, and this really captures that for me. You know, all the flavor of the wars and the various offices and the laws and the whole working together, but not really, was exactly how the Roman Republic was working and ended up not working.
Okay. Who do you think would like this game?
I think 3 kinds of people, right? Someone who's really into Roman history has to play this game. And people who like negotiation games would like this a lot. And generally people who like, those, Avalon Hill, longer games. If you like Kingmaker, you like maybe even Civilization. Certainly if you like diplomacy, this is the kind of game you would enjoy.
All right. Now this was your first time playing. What did you think about the game?
Well, I generally enjoyed it. I don't know much about Roman history as Michael, but I have some interest in the subject. It does have lots of great, flavor, right? So you've got named people, the famous people. You've got, the actual wars. You actually have to appoint the real offices, and do things. And I'm not a big fan of diplomacy or pure negotiation games, but this really isn't. I mean, you've got sort of a lot of structure to this, right? You have to take votes in the Senate. People have a defined number of votes. And so, you do have to have some negotiation, for the votes, but, I mean, you have a very structured way of resolving these things. And it does really capture the feel of we really all have to be running this government here, right? We have to appoint offices every turn, we have to do certain things, we have to fight the wars, we have to get revenue, and so forth. So I think it generally works pretty well. It is complex, somewhat fiddly, but, I mean, it's sort of required to get a good feel for the subject. I think it would probably be better with more players. I mean, this game was fine. It lacked a little of the excitement it might have had because any voting game with 3 players tends to, you tend to end up with a 2-against-1 situation, which is not so exciting. And there's also not enough people to distribute all the offices around and so forth. So I would probably recommend, people trying it to maybe play with, it goes up to 6, at least probably 5 players. It sounds like the sweet spot for this. But this was a good experience.
So that's a little bit about Republic of Rome. I am going to be making a longer video about it after I've played it another time or two. I just had an aha about it. This actually kind of reminds me of a grown-up version of Junta.
Yes.
Where you've got the players, you're kind of working together, you're putting each other into office, you're setting up traps for the other players to fall into. And so if you like Junta, but you want something more serious that will take a longer time, then take a look at this. So that's enough for now, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye-bye.